Hi. So today is the fourth video in our video series. I'm going to cover the topic of externalities for the course EC 2212 Industrial Growth and Competition. So today I'd like to talk to you about some positive externalities, which have to do with either taking vaccines or social networks, and some negative externalities that have to do with pollution, accidents, or congestion. Later on in the course, there's going to be an assignment where you write an essay and it's supposed to be based upon a real life situation. And we can analyze some of the concepts that we've learned in the class for these situations. So today's video is in some sense a practice for that essay assignment that comes later. So regarding positive externalities, taking a vaccine or a mask has personal benefits. A vaccine can protect you or help protect you from getting sick. Similarly, a mask may be able to protect you as well. On the other hand, a vaccine also makes it less likely that you get someone else sick. Perhaps you carry a smaller viral load. There's been some studies that show the COVID vaccine reduces some viral transmission. And a mask may also make it less likely that you get someone else sick because if you cough, it may not leave the mask. So these are positive externalities of vaccines and masks. The vaccine protecting you is your own personal benefit. The vaccine doing something else for somebody else, that's a positive externality. Similarly, in a social network, an individual may enjoy using Facebook. So I am happy to see photos of my friends and keep up with my family and classmates. And that's a personal benefit. But when I use Facebook, I think Facebook's better when more of your friends are on it. And so when you use Facebook, you make it a bit better for your friends that they can follow and keep up with you. So an individual being on Facebook benefits their friends. This is the positive externality, right? You get your own private benefit, but you also make it better for others. And for negative externalities, I think a classic example has to do with driving. So when I drive to work, there's a variety of costs. Of course, the benefit is clear is that I can get to work quickly and efficiently. So there's the cost of gas or buying the car, insurance, maintenance. All of these are personal costs that I pay in order to drive to work. What about negative externalities? Well, when the car creates pollution, that costs everybody, not just me who's making the economic decision. So pollution is a negative externality. There's a chance that when driving, I may have an accident. And if that accident is with a tree, then it's purely a personal cost on myself. But if that accident involves somebody else and there's a risk of it, then that's a negative externality on the person that I have an accident with. And finally, congestion is a negative externality as well. A common reference to negative externalities is this congestion externality. So not everybody can use the same highway at the same time. When one person is using the road, it makes it a little bit more difficult for everybody else to use that same road. So congestion imposes a negative externality on all the other drivers who are taking that road. Now, when we discuss externalities, we should also discuss solutions or remedies for these externalities. So for the vaccine or mask case, well, there's no benefit or cost individually to you of getting the vaccine besides your personal benefit, but you could imagine that there's a subsidy for receiving vaccines. On the other hand, you can receive a fine for not wearing a mask. So masks have a positive externality, and there can be penalties if you don't wear them. Regarding congestion, in London, I think there's quite a famous example of the congestion charge, which charges you for driving a vehicle within certain zones of London if you don't live there. And the charge is on a per day basis, and it's really quite significant and has had a significant impact on congestion within the city.